Hi all of you. In today's video we will be talking about OSI model. So what is OSI model and how it works? So today in this video I will be teaching you all that what is the whole process and what are all the layers. So let's just move ahead. You if you want to read this definition, the document is in the description. You can see, you can read, you can note it down, you can make notes. So now let's just move on the other slide. So you just have to remember a sentence: all people seems to need data processing. Why I'm telling this you? Because there are 7 layers you can see here. Let's take an example that like you are sending a photo from WhatsApp or from any messenger. You are sending a photo or a document or anything to anyone. So what is the first layer? First layer is your application layer, then your presentation layer, then your session layer, then your transport layer, then your network layer, and then your data link, then your physical layer. At the seventh you have physical layer. At the first you have application layer when you are a sender, but when you are a receiver, so your first layer is physical and your second is this. So this goes like that. So it is a reverse of what is here. So you can see. So you have to memorize that all people seems to need data processing, which means a all means a. So you can see that a means application layer, p means presentation layer, s means session layer, t means transport layer, n means network layer, d means data link layer, p means physical layer. So that's why I'm saying that you have to memorize it. So it is not hard. You have to just you can just read it twice and it will be feed in your memory. So what you have to feed: all people seems to need data processing. So now let's move to real life example how it looks like, and I'll show you more in more detail. So now let's just take an example that application, like you can see here. There is Aaron, Paul, Sam, Tom, Nick, Dom, Patrick. So this means A means application layer, P means Paul, presentation layer. So these names are related with these layers, so you can relate it. Now let's just take an example that Aaron is a CEO of a company, which is right here on the application layer. And I'm not talking about these layers now. For this example, I'm just taking this all stuff in a offline mode. So now Aaron is a CEO of a company, and uh, like he wants to send 100 pages offline, not online. I'm talking about 100 pages offline. So if I want to send 100 pages offline from France to US, what the steps are there? So there are steps like first you translate from French to English. So it is the work of Paul. So you can relate what who is Paul. So this layer, it means I'm talking about this layer. So the work of Paul is to translate the documents, and now he will pass the documents to Sam. Now the work of Sam is to make connection with the same position, which means where that what is the position of Sam. Sam makes the connection to another company from where the document should be received. So Sam will make connection with that company, with that person who is at the same position of Sam. So this is the work of Sam. Now Sam will pass further all the documents. Now Tom divides the documents into parts. So let's say there are 100 pages, and there is one document. There is one folder which contains 100 pages. Now what Tom do? Now Tom will divide 20 pages in 5 parts. So there is a document of 20 pages one, there is a document of 20 pages one. So it means there are 5 documents which totally contains all the 100 pages. So now Tom did his work. Now he will pass the document to Nick. So now what is Nick? So you can relate that. So now I am at this layer. So what is the I'm talking about the offline process now. So I'm not talking about this what this layer does, but you can relate that what this layer does. the work for Nick. Now what is the job of Nick here? So Nick will ensure that Nick will write on each document that from where this document is dispatching and where this document has to delivered. So this responsibility is of Nick. This will write on each document. So this is the address of sender and this is the address of receiver. Now Nick will again pass further. Now the documents comes in the hand of Dom. So now what Dom does? So Dom checks that all the documents. So Dom see that all the documents are open. So it is a very risky that all the documents are open. Anybody can see what is inside the document. So the job of Nick here is to uh, paste the seal on each document so that nobody can see that what inside that document. So now this job is done by Dom. Now Dom again pass further. Now the documents are in the hand of Patrick. So what Patrick do? Patrick, now the main responsibility is of Patrick. Take flight from France to US, and when he lands to US, now his responsibility is to go to that company where the document has to be delivered. So yeah, that's the responsibility of Patrick. So now the Patrick goes from here to here. Now he is at the he meets that person which is at the same position of Patrick. So he's in the receiver's company. So now he is here. Now again he meets Dom. Dom means he meets that person which is at the same position of Dom. So he checks that, yeah. uh, so now in this company the Dom will check, the data link layer will check that all the document seal is there or not. So it will check, yes, it is there. So now it will pass it further. Now it is again document is passed documents are passed away to Nick. So now you can see here. So Nick responsibility is to check, yeah, this document has to be delivered here. Yeah, this address is right. So Nick has done his job. Now Nick will pass the documents again to Tom. So now it responsibility is to check that every document is there. Now there are 5 documents which contains 20 pages. Overall it has 100 pages. It means it is responsibility of Tom to check that all documents are there. If any document, so I just want to make one point here. When the documents are there in the hand of Tom here in the sender's company, so why Tom has divided all, 100 pages into 5 parts. So Tom has divided because if, let's take an example that if my document is lost, so the all data is lost. Now 100 pages are lost. But if I divide 20 pages in 5 parts, so then if one document is lost, we have 80 pages, which means we have 4 documents still. It means we have lost some data, not all the data. That's why that is the responsibility of Tom. So now here you can see in the receiver's company, you can see that the Tom is there and Tom is checking, yes, all the documents are there. There are 5 documents which contains 20 pages each. So now Tom passes away that document to Sam. Now Sam like I said you before that Sam has make a connection between this and this. Let me show you. So now I am showing you that you can see here there is Sam. It means this is the, I'm saying Sam, you mean this is session layer, and this is also Sam. This is receiver. So this is receiver and this is a sender. So now what happens that when the documents are in the hand of session layer, now when the documents are in the hand of session layer, it means the documents are with Sam. In the sender's company, it means the company which is in the France from where the documents are dispatching. Then session layer makes connection with the same session layer of the another company. So it is the receiver's company. So Sam makes connection with receiver's company with the same person which is on the same position where Sam is. So now Sam says that when, so he will say that when you when the documents are received by you, just let me know, just do let me know. So it's now this his responsibility. So now his this session layer responsibility to make sure that he he will let him know, he will let Sanders company know that yes, the documents are with me. So now what happens is that now there is their connection will be lost, because so now job of Sam is now finished, the job of session layer is finished. It means that I will show you. So it means that when the connection is breaked here, it means that the Paul the Paul which now now again Sam passed the documents to Paul, and now Paul ensures that the all the documents are translated well or not. So yeah, he says that yeah, all the documents are translated. So now he will give the documents to CEO. So now when he gives the documents to Aaron, which is CEO of the company, of the receiver company also, so you can relate, which is application layer. So yeah, when he receives, so it is it is his responsibility whether he will not check that document for next 1 week. He's not checking, he's not checking that the document is okay or not. This is what I want. So it is his responsibility. So it is not responsibility of the Sam. So because Sam has break now connection, and the connection is no longer exist. So yeah, so that is the whole process. Now what is so now I will explain you in real life that what is I'm talking about. Like there, that you all guys know about WhatsApp. So you have WhatsApp and you have sent a image, or you can say that you have sent a document to someone, or image or file or anything you have sent. So now you are a sender, so you are using application layer, which means the WhatsApp is a application. WhatsApp is an application, so you are using application, and you have sent the document. Now now in the backend you can't see that. In the backend there is presentation layer working, which translate it into the form of that device, or you can say that in the form of computer readable language or anything. So this work is of this presentation layer. Now it goes down. It now the work is on. Now the work is with session layer. So session layer makes connection with another session layer of receiver. Now let's take an example that you are sending a file, that document, with your friend. So when you send that document, so there is a, like you can say that there is a connection between those two devices, your device and the receiver device. So it is make when you send anything, so it is under the session layer. So now the work is, now the connection is established. Now the work passes away to transport layer. Now the transport layer work is to make sure that now you can see here it divides in the packets, in the data packets. Now I will show you what are data packets. So many of you are thinking that what are data packets, so I want to just show you that. When this, so let's say this is your PC, and this is PC of your a friend. So yeah, let's assume that this is PC of yours and this is PC of your friend, and you are using WhatsApp or mail or anything which can send a file or something. So now you have sent a file. So now what will happen is it will goes in the packets. Now transport layer, what is the main function of, now what is the main function and job of transport layer? So main function of transport layer is to make connect to to divide the document. Now let's say that your document is of 100 GB. So now the transport, what does transport layer do? Transport layer will break into that into many pieces. I am not saying it will break into 5 pieces. I am just taking an example so you can relate that. Now 20 GB is here, now 20 is here, now 20 is here, now 20 is here, and 20 is here. So if you lost this 20, now let's assume that now so yeah, let's assume that you have lost this 20 GB, but you haven't lost all the data, so you have 80 GB still. So there is no huge loss. But if now let's take an example that if there is no transport layer, so I'll rub all this an example that there is no transport layer. So now I am taking just an example of there is no transport layer, just forget about it, there is no transport layer. So now what is now what is the scenario? So now you are sending 100 GB file. If by chance, if it gets lost, now so now assume that you have lost a very important file, a very important file, which contains many data, very important file. So now you are in a loss, so you are in very loss, so because that data is very important. So now that's why the transport layer is there. So so now you and so now we are on transport layer. Now transport layer again pass away the document to network layer. Now network layer ensures that the MAC address, the IP address, all the things, the address of a network. So network layer ensures that the network is right or not. So this is the right network or not. So now network will again pass that file away, and it is now to the DOM, to the data link layer. And now it is responsibility of data link layer to ensure that the data is safe. Now let's just understand with an example that if data gets lost, so it is not readable by anyone. If now, like, let's say that you are sending something, and something and it is unreadable, it is unreachable. So it is the duty of data link layer. Now it gets passed over to physical layer. Now physical layer, now you can see the file is with Patrick, all the documents are with P now, and his job is to deliver the stuff. So now the physical layer so now it's responsibility of physical layer to deliver to another, to receiver's physical layer, that document. So now the whole process goes up, like you see here, first physical layer, that data link layer. So now, so that's how a file, and this is the OSI model, that this is how the whole internet works. This is how when you receive some data, receive some file, so in backend this process is going on. I hope you all understand and you all can relate the whole scenario. So yeah, just I want to just explain in this video now, and I will be explaining you in the next video, which will be on OSI model again, but not this. It will be on what are the protocols, like application, in the application layer what are the protocols, in presentation layer what are the protocols. So I will dive in deep in next video. So thanks for watching, and if you want to read and make notes, I will link a document in the description. You can open it and make notes. So yeah, that's for today. I will see you again. Bye bye.
ਉਹ ਜੱਟ ਹੱਸਲੇ ਨ ਕਰਦਾ ਏ ਖਾਬ ਰੋਜ਼ ਨਵੇਂ ਫੜਦਾ ਏ